This is Good Morning San Diego.
Christmas is tomorrow morning, and one thing to keep in mind is child safety. Joining us this morning to give us some holiday toy safety tips is Dr. Sandy Feldman. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in today.
Yeah.
Let's start with it's still not too late. People are still out there shopping, last-minute gift buys.
That's right.
Yes. What should they keep in mind when shopping for toys for safety reasons?
Well, there are so many little things. The first is really start to read some of the labels.
Okay.
The American Testing Safety and Materials marks the toy packages.
Okay.
You want to look that it's age appropriate, not a choking hazard.
Okay. And we see that right here listed on the side somewhere. They'll list that.
Yeah, right down here you can
Okay.
see what it's including right here, the ages.
Right.
Okay. They always have here with these, eye protection is included or important.
Now, you brought along some examples of eye protection, goggles and glasses, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
So often you can go to stores and it's really hard to find these, even though the boxes and the picture shows that you should be using eye protection.
Okay. Where can we find these?
So you can find these in many doctors' offices.
Okay.
You can find them in home repair stores. You can find them some of the times in some toy stores, but you'll have to ask to really find them. They're not evident with the products much of the time.
Okay, because the eye injuries are the most common this time of year. You were telling me earlier, correct?
Yeah, well, eye injuries are very common. There's 250,000 eye injuries a year where children go to the emergency rooms. Most of the time, it's children under the age of 15.
Okay. Okay. Now, these are things that we just don't think about. For tomorrow morning, as they're excited and they're opening these gifts, many of them do cause some health hazards, or pose health hazards,
and
rather.
even what's really not obvious is the Christmas trees. Christmas trees, that your kid is so excited, you're going to open the presents, they're going to pick up a present, and they're poked by a sharp needle.
The needle.
They're incredibly sharp. So you want to watch the branches and how low they are for your child.
Okay, now let's take a look at some of these items that you brought in for us. This camera here, I would have never guessed that this could pose a danger for a child.
That's right. Well, batteries can sit for far too long in toys, cameras, everywhere else.
Okay.
They can explode, they corrode, and they leak acid. You don't want the acid getting on the children's fingers.
Right, okay. So change the batteries quite often. Now, what about these small items here?
Well, that's exactly it. So this is marked for ages 3 and up, and yet you can see these little sharp knives, okay? Those are choking hazard. Anything smaller than about a toilet paper roll, which is about 1 1/4 inches, for a child under 3 can be a choking hazard.
Okay.
Same thing with these little finger skateboards. The wheels come off and all these parts, and it came with a little screwdriver. These are choking hazards. Even this ball on something as innocuous as that little bracelet, that little piece. So you really have to follow the ages and watch the products, especially if you have 2 children, right? The younger child, of course, wants to play with the older child's toys.
Sure, okay. And finally, tennis racket. I didn't think of that either. I'm so surprised by some of these items.
Right, well, when you think about tennis racket, the ball's gonna end up in a child's eyes as well. So that's why the eye protection. If you're gonna go out and buy some of these sports, then think about the eye protection along with it. Now, this one's kind of interesting, the fishing. These sharp hooks, right? We have to think about where children are going to use it. So the holidays is a perfect time to bond with your children and to teach them how to use their toys properly and safely. We don't want to end up in the emergency room and have eggnog and stale cookies there.
Right, we want it to be a safe, enjoyable holiday for everyone. Dr. Feldman, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.